Being a trapper is not just something that we do, it's who we are. Welcome back. All right, on this video we are going to focus on one key thing, and that is location, your trap location. To me, location is more important than the type of trap you use, the type of set you make, or the baits or lures or urines or whatever that you use for attractants. If your trap is not in a good spot and it's not in a good location, it's just not going to catch. Doesn't matter what you use on it. You can put the best baits and lures in the world, and you can use the most expensive, best catching trap in the world, but if it's not in a good spot, it's just not going to catch. So what we got here, we're in the corner of a dove field, and they got some hay bales and stuff stacked up out here they use for blinds. And the weeds are pretty grown up around them. It's about waist high, which is why I'm not setting a trap right by the hay bales, which I'd love to do, but it's just not feasible right now. So what we did, we came back here in the corner, and there's a little bush hog trail that comes out right here in the corner of the field. And we came in and punched in a dirt hole set right here. Put a couple little clods of dirt for foot guides, and we found some old coyote tracks right here in the treads of the tractor tires. So seems like a pretty good spot. There's been coyotes here. They're traveling these edges. Coyotes love to travel roads, field edges. You're not necessarily going to see them out dead center of the fields, but they love to travel these edges looking for rodents and deer and things like that that's hanging out in the field. So location is what we're going to focus on this video. But first, quick word from our sponsors. I Go Trapping is an app created and designed especially for trappers. It's what I use on all of my trap lines. It helps me, most importantly, keep up with my locations. But in addition to that, you can keep up with all your baits, lures, traps, trap sizes, the type of sets you made, the catches that you get, and then you can keep up with what bait or lure is working best in an area for you at that particular time for whatever your target fur bearer is. So we're going to just demo real quick how easy this thing is to use. You just turn your location on. There we are. Right here in the bottom left corner, you click Make Set. You got all these different types of options. You got your set type, trap, size, lure, baits, and then any kind of notes you want to add in about the set that you made. So here we've already got it in as a 2-hole, change it to 1-hole, coil spring, MB450, and you can add in any kind of traps you want. These are just the standard ones that I use, but you can just click right up here where it says add trap size, add anything in you want. So we're going to make that set. We're going to say we got bounty hunter and some coyote urine on there, and on our lure we're going to go with mice. Make set, scroll right down here, click save, and as you can see right up here on the top left hand corner, you're saved down to the minutes and seconds, latitude and longitude, so you can walk literally within inches of where you set your trap. And there we go, that trap saved. Now anytime you catch anything, just go click add catch. You got a whole list of all the fur bearers in North America, and then once again you can add in any kind of fur bearer you want. It may not be listed on here, but they're pretty much all on here. So there you go, I Go Trapping. You guys need to check it out. If you're not using it, you are missing out, because this thing is way better than the old pen and paper. It's so easy to use, and it's very easy to keep up with all your traps on it. And what works best for me on it, like I said, in addition to the location, is if you go here under your manage data, scroll down to the bottom, you can click here and send that. You can send that data to anybody who also uses this app. So if an emergency situation comes up and you can't get out to check your traps, if somebody else is an app user for I Go Trapping, you just shoot that data over to them and they can go run your traps for you, and they can get, like I say, down to inches of where you set your trap. So that works out really good for me. And like I say, if you guys aren't using it, you definitely need to go check it out. I Go Trapping. It's available in the App Store to download on Android and iPhone, and it is definitely worth the time. All right, so we talked a lot about location on this video, and we picked up our first red fox here, and what we got a nice little point of grass coming out. I talk about setting those points all the time, and we got a power line here with a road and a big thicket over to our right. And anytime you got power lines, roads, ditches, railroad beds, anything like that, it's always good travel paths for canines. Coyotes especially use roads, railroad beds, and things like that for like territorial boundaries with one another. That's why you see coyotes scatting all in the middle of the road. I mean, yeah, they walk the roads and they hunt the roads and all, but they also use them for boundaries between packs and things like that. So we figured this would be a good spot to set, and picked up this nice red. It's the first red we got this season, and like always, we're gonna snap some pictures of him and keep moving. All right, so here we are again. Same location we caught the red fox in yesterday. We picked up another one, just made a remake. He's dug this one up pretty good, so I don't know how well we're gonna be able to redo this trap, but I'm telling you, location is key in trapping. It's probably as important or more important than, it's more important to me than what you use for bait, lure, and urines and things like that. Type of sets you make, location is key. And like I said, the same spot we caught the red in yesterday, same travel route down this road, power line, big grown over field here. It's an excellent travel path for all animals, especially canines. So anyway, got another nice red. We're gonna go ahead and get him taken care of, snap a couple pictures, and remake this set again. Keep rolling. All right, here we go. 3 nights, 3 fox, same trap. All about location, guys. Must just be a great travel spot for a red fox. So anyway, we just keep, remaking the set as we can. I mean, they got a big mound of dirt piled up here, but obviously there's a bunch of them in here. So key on those locations when you set your traps, and if you catch, hold it right there in that same spot or at least close by it, and you'll keep catching critters. Anyway, we're gonna snap pictures of him and keep rolling. Well, here we go again. 4 fox, 4 days in the same set. Another nice red. Looks like a pretty mature one here. We're gonna take this one out. Anyway, once again, man, just keying on that location. This is a pretty hot spot. I've never caught fox like this before, not one right after another like that, day after day after day in the same trap. So this is pretty exciting. Doing some work on this property, trying to get these predators toned down just a little bit for the quail and the turkeys. So pretty happy to get this one. Like I say, we're gonna do like we always do, snap a few pics and keep rolling and get this set remade. Well, we just got out to our biggest line of the day. Checked our smaller line earlier and had that 4th fox, and the 4th fox in that trap there in 4 days. This is a big tomcat, man, and it's cool. The best part about this is the first bobcat we've caught on this property. We've been trapping it a couple years. Pulled a few coyotes and a couple fox, but we're really close to the salt water here. And like I've said before, the coyotes don't really concentrate a whole lot around here on those saltwater environments. But we have picked a few up in the last couple years. We actually missed one in a trap back here on the line. So we know they're in the area, and we set a double here. We had a trap here and one right on the other side of the road because we had coyote tracks here, and this is one of the spots that we've caught coyotes in the past. And I am ecstatic to get this big cat out of here, man, because this is a big tom. It'll definitely help with the turkeys. They do have a lot of turkeys down here that we're trying to protect by trapping, and again, it's a quail preserve as well. So this will definitely help with the predation, and this is a big cat. I'm really excited about this. MB450 had a nice big step down set here. We got a little swamp bottom that runs here to our left. And then we got all this high grass and quail course here to the right. About 3 or 4, 5 intersections coming in here. It was a good spot, it's a good location. Historically, it's been a good location, and it's proven itself worthy once again. So anyway, we're gonna get some pictures of this big guy and get him handled. Keep rolling. All right, here we go. First trap of the morning. Picked up this coyote here. Snagged him by the back foot with a Bridger 175. I had a double dirt hole set in right here, and the reason I picked this location, we got 2 strips of corn running down either side of the road here, and they're just small, short strips. And we had a light pole right here, a power pole right here. Just kind of the power pole kind of serves as a landmark, I guess you could say. Just something structural that kind of sticks out that I felt like would bring a coyote around or nearby. Like I say, this corn running down both sides of the road. It's had a couple strips mowed in it. There's dove out here, there's rats, mice, rabbits, deer, everything's walking this field. And we just thought it was a good location, looked like a good spot, and we set it and connected on a coyote. It's been in the ground about 5 days or so not a terribly long set. But anyway, I'm gonna snag us up a couple pictures and get this set remade and keep moving. Second cat off this property. Whoa, buddy, chill. Second cat off this property. We had a single dirt hole set in right here in the middle of this road. We've caught coyotes and fox here before. We had our first set. The original set was right over here. It was a double dirt hole, and we caught a possum in it. Anytime I catch a possum, I get a fresh trap, and I try to move the set 2 or 3 feet, at least 2 or 3 feet away from where I caught. I've just never had luck catching coyotes or much anything behind a possum. So anyway, we moved the set out, snagged up this cat. This is the second cat on this property. We've been trapping this property now. This is our 3rd fall. I think we've trapped 2 springs and 3 falls out here, and it's along the marsh, and there's tons and tons and tons of raccoons out here. And we've probably caught, I'm gonna say we've caught over 150, 175 raccoons out here in the past. And we finally got those numbers down to where it's manageable. We're starting to see more turkey poults and starting to see better holds on the quail coveys that they release. And we're starting to finally pick up some good animals once we can get all the raccoons out the way. So anyway, like I say, second bobcat on this property. The first one was that big one earlier in the video, and it was a pretty good ways back. So pretty pumped up to pick up this cat. We got some nasty weather moving in. So we're gonna get this set remade and get this cat handled and get on out of here. The biggest thing I look for when I'm setting coyote traps is 2 things really: intersections and transitional spaces, transitional environments. So if you look at what we got here, we got both of those wrapped into one. We've got an intersection, we got a big mowed road here, mowed here. You got big tall stand of mature pines right here to the left. And then over here we got a big thicket of little gum trees and broom straw and Johnson grass and myrtle bushes. It's all this thick cover. Then you got some semi-thick cover. And then you got open roads. So these transitional spaces, as I call them, are where you go from one type of environment to another. So right here you got a big stand of pines, then you got short grass, and then you got a thicket. So these are areas that all animals, not just coyotes, these are areas that all animals are going to travel. Your deer, your raccoons, turkeys, anything. Any animal is going to come through this area. It also comes to a funnel. You know, you got these 2 roads. It comes down to a choke point here. So we got a little bit of everything going on this. And what I really like to look for in areas like this is these points of grass. If you're trapping somewhere that keeps the roads mowed and it bush hogs and keeps everything maintained good, these points of grass are always good trap locations. And especially this one, because we got some turned up dirt here. There's not a lot of grass that we got to dig through to make our set. So we're going to punch in a dirt hole right here. And the reason we're putting a dirt hole, same reason we set the dirt hole over here by the duck impoundment. It's going to have that big booming visual attractant. And I know I've said I use a 3-inch auger, and I've talked about varying your sets and your types of sets and your hole location and blah, blah, blah. I don't always drill a perfect 3-inch hole. In a place like this, where I'm looking for something to come up out of this thicket or come by here and have that curb appeal to my set, I'm gonna wallow that hole out huge. And I don't know if all of you know this, I'm sure some of you do, but what you're recreating when you make a dirt hole set is a food cache where an animal has made a kill, whether it be a rat, rabbit, deer, whatever, and they take a small portion of that food and they bury it and they save it for later. And coyotes and fox, I mean all animals, but especially coyotes, they're thieves by nature. They would rather, I mean, they're out here hunting for a living. They're not hunting like you and I do, you know, for a piece of meat every now and then or a trophy. They have to eat to stay alive. So if that means taking food from something else and stored it away in a food cache, that's what they're going to do. So that's what we're simulating here, is a food cache that's been raided and there's little bits and pieces left over. So we're going to put just a big gaping hole dirt hole set right here on this point, and it's going to have that big curve appeal pop. You got good wind blowing off the hill down here into the thicket. It's going to bring those animals up when they smell all this scent and lure and bait and everything. So we're going to go ahead and get that done and keep rolling. Boy, this is a big mean one we got here. We had this trap in a couple days, just 2 days actually. Another quail plantation. Another quail plantation. Got birds out. Just sat on the edge of these big mature pines on the edge of this field. MB450 did its job again. Anyway, heck, there ain't much I can say over this thing right now, but it's a really, really big mature coyote. So we're gonna snap some pictures of him and get him taken care of. Pretty pumped up to get this one out of here. Anyway, MB450 dirt hole set and some fresh mice in there for bait. Snap some pictures and keep moving. All right, well, that's pretty much going to wrap up this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had lots of good catches on there, a few coyotes, a few cats, lots of fox. But like I said, when you're out scouting or you're out setting your trap line, focus on your location over anything else. Focus on intersections, travel routes, and those transitional spaces. Like I said, when you change from one type of environment to another, maybe it's hardwoods to pines or a field to a thicket, anything like that, especially when there's a travel route along it, like a road, a fire lane, power line, railroad beds, anything like that. Those are all good travel paths, especially for canines, but it's good travel paths for every type of animal in the woods. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Click down here to subscribe. Check out some of our other videos. Like the video, share it, whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out I Go Trapping on the App Store. Download it. It'll be one of the best things you can add to your arsenal on the trap line. Thanks for watching.